Hello, welcome to Gentle Yoga. This is Leo Bray on behalf of Kristen Olson's Urban Yoga Center in Palm Springs. Visit us online at urbanyoga.org or on Facebook at Kristen Olson's Urban Yoga Center. Check out the schedule, stop by the tip jar where you can make contributions. Folks watching later on YouTube, please subscribe to the YouTube channel. And no, this is not Cozumel where I usually am, nor is it Palm Springs, of course. If you've been to class anytime in the past 6 months with me, you know I'm not in Palm Springs. This is East Providence, Rhode Island, my friend's house, where I have come to visit for a while. So the den at not Al. There was a slip. Al passed away in December. At Steve and Sean and Andy's house. I'll be in this den doing classes. Maybe I'll try some in the backyard. But for today, we're here in the den. We'll start out sitting. You don't have to sit just like this. Sit so that you're comfortable. Kneel if you'd rather kneel than sit. And just make any adjustments that you need comfortable like I'm doing. And there's another friend joining us. As you find your comfortable seat, if you want to, you can close your eyes. Bring your attention to your breath. Let it slow down and get deeper. Just focusing on it. Feeling your contact, whatever's touching down, wherever you're grounded, thinking of the length of your spine to help us sit nice and tall without being rigid or being stiff. Taking in the movements of these deeper, slower breaths and the way that those movements feel to your body today. Take in your surroundings, whatever is touching upon your senses as you settle into your quiet stillness. Next, scan your body to take in whatever sensations are present beyond the movements of your breathing, your contact with the floor. What else is going on there in that body of yours? Take particular note of anything that doesn't feel so good. Soreness, stiffness, discomfort of any kind. So that during our practice today, you can take care of any such sensations, any situation that's going on by skipping or modifying whatever portion of the practice you feel that you need to. If you wish to set a personal intention for your own practice today, you can do that now. And before we begin moving around, let's share 3 deep cleansing breaths. Breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth with a sigh. Let your eyes open if they're closed. We'll start with opening the neck. I'm going to shift my hands from my lap to my sides resting on the floor so my arms disengage more fully. We'll make some circles nice and slowly. Let your chin come down towards your shoulder. Chin down towards your sternum. And then roll your ear towards your shoulder, jumbling the cues. Look up towards the ceiling. other ear towards the other shoulder, back to center. Trying to let the arms and shoulders stay passive, pausing as needed to rock back and forth at any particularly tight spots. And I'll share a little, well, disclaimer, status report. One of the reasons I have traveled to the US from Cozumel is to obtain a COVID vaccine. And I got my first dose yesterday, and I'm not feeling so great. And I'll blame tripping over my words on that. Not that I can't trip over my words on the day when I feel perfectly fine. That just happens. But it may also alter practice to accommodate how I'm feeling and talk about what I'm doing. When you finish the next circle, change direction. So I may come to a portion of practice and do something you've seen me do before and then find I don't feel like doing it today. That happens to all of us. I've been in Mexico on a tourist visa, and getting a vaccine when you're not a resident is trickier. When you finish the next circle, let's lift the chin and look forward. Reach your arms out to the sides, rest just your fingertips on the floor, stay long in the spine. Inhale, raise your arm, left arm up alongside your ear. Exhale, reach to your right, feel for length from your hip up through your fingertips. Inhale to come upright. As you exhale, come into a twist. Bring your right hand to your left leg, your left hand to the floor behind you. Inhale to lengthen up. Exhale, twist some more. See how much feels like enough. Inviting your body on each exhale to go further if there's room to do so, if that feels like a good idea. Let your twist unwind, come back to center. Inhale, raise your right arm up alongside your ear. Exhale, reach to your left. Inhale to come upright. As you exhale, come into the opposite twist. Inhale, lengthen up. Exhale, twist some more. I'm laughing at these doors behind me. These are what are called pocket doors. You never see them in Palm Springs, I think, or Cozumel. They slide sideways into the wall. There are no hinges. And it's an old house, and they've been painted many times. And, well, I think they hadn't been moved in a while. And as you can see, I couldn't close them all the way. So we get this glimpse, just this sliver of dining room view. And that's just part of today's practice. Let your twist unwind, come back to center. Rest your hands on your knees or your thighs. Inhale, draw your heart forward, let your head tip back. Exhale, draw your heart back and let your head tip forward. And just follow the pace of your breath a few more times. You should also take a drink whenever you need to. And let's take some circles. So next time you inhale, come over to one side, that forward half of the circle. As you exhale, go over to the other side as you go back. See how that feels a few times. Try to keep anchored in both sides of your seat. Try not to rock too much or risk tipping over. Creaky floorboards. There's something we also don't encounter in Palm Springs and Cozumel. I'll have to ask my hosts, my friends, how old the house is. I'm guessing about 100. Change direction. And after the next exhale, let's sit up and rest hands on the floor in front of you. Walk them forward. We're just going to find a simple, loose forward fold. Walk your hands out as far as it's comfortable to. Let your neck disengage and your head hang. Breathe into your back. Wherever in your back you're feeling the most sensation. Inhaling slowly, walk your hands back and press yourself upright. And let's transition, come up onto our hands and knees. You can just tip to one side, plant your hands, and swing the legs around like that. Squaring things off with shoulders above the wrists and hips above the knees. Reach back and press into the ball of your right foot. Feel your heel move away from your tailbone, your leg get longer. With the next inhale, reach your left arm out to the side, palm down, arm parallel to the floor. If you want to, on the next inhale, pick your right foot up, reach straight back. Maybe you feel better keeping the foot on the floor. Maybe you enjoy challenging yourself, balancing on one hand and one knee instead of two knees and one hand. If you want to go even further, you can bend your knee, reach back, and if you can take hold of your foot or ankle, kick against your hand, lift your knee and your chin. And if you can't take hold, don't worry about that. Release, lower down. Inhale, bring your heart forward, let your head and tailbone go up. Exhale, bring your heart up, let your head and tailbone come down. Take 2 or 3 more of those cow-cat breaths. Come back through table, reach back and press into the ball of your left foot now. With the next inhale, reach your right arm to the side. If you like, on the next inhale, pick your left foot up and reach straight back. And if you like, bend your knee, reach back, see about taking that bind, stretching the quadriceps on the left, opening the right shoulder, opening the midline. Release, lower down, take a few cow and cat breaths again. And I should speak to, I didn't name this at the beginning, that until further notice, I'll be demonstrating how we practice without any props, without even so much as a mat, because I didn't want to use the space in my luggage to bring a mat or blocks or a strap. But maybe I'll borrow some props along the way and weave them in. I'll be there for some weeks, and sure, I know plenty of teachers in Rhode Island and Massachusetts that I could borrow some stuff from. After your next exhale, come back to your table. Step your right foot up between your hands. Now, if you have blocks, you might have them under your hands to ease that transition, and it's okay if it takes more than one step too. Step your left foot up to meet the right. Hang out in forward fold. Bend one leg, then the other, sway back and forth. Whatever degree and type of movement feels helpful in your body, helps you feel into the length of the back. Letting all those muscles in the back of the body lengthen out. Where does the tightness speak to you? Where is it registering? Where do you need some more length? Maybe you think of sending the breath into those places as you move to explore, easing out tension. Nice and slowly shake your head no. And nod your head yes. Inhale, lift up halfway, press your hands to your shins. And feel for the crown of your head moving away from your tailbone as you press your hands against your legs. So using your arms to find a longer spine there. Exhale, relax down. Inhale, roll to standing, hands overhead, palms together. Exhale, bring your hands to your heart. Let your hands down at your sides. Lift your left shoulder towards your ear. Shift it back and let it down. And your right shoulder up and back and down. Inhale, reach out to the sides. Exhale, reach for your shoulder blades and hug, or if you like, you can take eagle arms instead. If you take eagle arms, then move your elbows and hands up and forward. Inhale, spread your wings. As you exhale, cross the opposite way. Inhale, spread your wings again. Exhale, twist to the left. Inhale, face forward. Exhale, twist to the right. Inhale, face forward. Exhale, arms down. Inhale, out and up. Interlace your fingers. Turn your palms up. Reach your palms up. Look up at those hands. Lift up your heart. Inhale to come upright. Exhale to bend to the left. Feel for length through both arms and try not to let your right heel lift up as it might want to there. Inhale to come upright. Exhale, bend to the right. Inhale to come up. Exhale, let your arms come down. Pausing for water. We'll start some sun salutations and see how that goes. Inhale, out and up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, fold. Plant your hands and step back to plank. Let your hips come down in line with your knees and shoulders. And if a shorter plank serves you better, let your knees down gently to the floor. Exhaling, slowly lower all the way down. Keep your elbows in close to your body for stability and for strengthening the arms. Pressing into your hands, inhale, lift your head and your chest to whatever height is right for you. So maybe it's way down here, low cobra. Maybe it's a higher cobra. Listen to your lower back. Maybe it's an upward dog when your back is ready for it. Exhale, rock back, pass through table, curl your toes under, press into your feet to lift your knees, press into your hands and lift your chest, and pedal your feet up and down. In this, our first downward facing dog today, letting your heels get closer and closer to the floor. Inhale, bend your knees, look up towards your hands. Exhaling, step your feet forward. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale all the way up. Exhale, hands to your arms. Inhale, up. Exhale, down. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, down. Step back to plank. When you're ready, on an exhale, lower halfway or all the way if you like. Inhale to bring your heart forward, cobra or upward facing dog. Exhale to rock back and up to downward facing dog. Inhale, bend your knees, look forward. Exhale, step forward. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart. On the next one, we'll add extra breaths all along the way and slow it down. We'll follow that by a quicker one. It's an invigorating combination. Inhale out and up. Exhale here. Inhale here. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale here. Exhale here. Inhale, lift halfway up. Exhale here. Inhale here. Exhale, fold. Inhale here. Exhale here. Step back to plank. See if you can take at least one full breath in plank. Then on an exhale, lower halfway or all the way if you can. When you're halfway down, inhale. And then exhale, maybe you're all the way down, that's fine too. Inhale, bring your heart forward. Exhale here. Inhale here. Exhale, back and up. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, bend your knees, look forward. Exhale, step forward. Inhale and forward fold. Exhale and forward fold. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale here. Inhale here. Exhale, fold. Inhale here. Exhale here. Inhale all the way up. Exhale here. Inhale here. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale here. Exhale here. And then that quicker sun salutation. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale down. Step back to plank. It's okay if you're a little behind me. Maybe your breaths are longer. On an exhale, lower. Inhale, bring your heart forward. Exhale, back and up. Inhale, bend your knees, look forward. Exhale, step forward. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale, all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart. Let your hands hang at your sides, and if it's comfortable for you, close your eyes. And just take a few noticing breaths. taking in what's going on in your body, the gentle swaying movement of your breathing, the way your feet know how to stay grounded and your body stays upright without minute instructions. And the energy coursing through your body by that special combination of those two last sun salutations. Let your eyes open if they're closed. I'm going to pause for a drink, and maybe you are too. We're going to flow down to the floor again, but not all the way through a sun salutation. Inhale out and up. And exhale, fold forward. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, fold. And we're just going to step back to table from that forward fold. Come down from here to table. We'll explore some twists from table. Now the twist, like our seated twist, the twist is going to start from the waist to work up the spine through lower spine, middle spine, upper spine. And then in this case, it's going to come into an arm extension. So we'll go to the left first. So at first the movement is subtle, and then as the arm comes in, it's a bigger movement. So inhaling, twist to the left through lower back, middle back, upper back. Reach your left arm out and up and look up towards your hand. Exhale, come down and reach across like this. Under your body, behind the other arm. 2 more times. Inhale, open up and reach up and look up. Exhale, come down and reach across. And once more. And gently let your left shoulder down and the left side of your head down to the floor. Now you might just stay there, or you can explore a leg extension and or an arm extension. Reach back and press into the ball of your right foot if you like. If you feel more adventurous, you can pick your foot up and reach back in the air like that. This can make you tippy. You could roll to the left and land on your back, but it's not far to go. You could also bring this right foot over here by the left hand. And depending on your body, maybe your foot even lands in your hand. Doesn't have to. Maybe you skip all that, keep that knee on the floor. If you like, you can keep your right hand here or reach it up towards the ceiling. And like an owl turning its head, explore rotating your arm in the shoulder socket. You could also, if you like, bend your arm, reach the back of your hand to your back in this half bind. And we'll rewind all that. So if you moved your right hand, bring it back to the floor, press against it to stabilize yourself. And if you moved your right leg, bring it back to center line and bring the knee down, pressing more into the right hand. Big inhale, open up, reach out to the left and up. Exhale, come down, plant your hand, and take a few breaths, cow pose and cat pose. After your next exhale, come back through table. I'm going to turn myself around so I'm not facing away from the mic as I come into the lower part of that sequence. So now going to the right, remember start at the waist, build to the arm extension, going up the spine. Inhale through lower spine, middle spine, upper spine, reach your right arm out and up, look up at your hand. Exhale, come down, thread the needle. 2 more times. Inhale, open. Exhale, twist across. Once more. Nice and gently, let the right shoulder down, the right side of the head. If you like, reach back, press into the ball of your left foot, or reach back in the air, or bring the left foot over by the right hand. And if you like, reach that left arm up, explore the rotation in the shoulder and or the half bind. Some of us like to do a little of everything there. If you have moved your left hand from the floor, bring it back and plant it. If you've moved your left leg, bring it back in, bring the knee down. Press into the left hand, big inhale, open up, reach up, look up. Exhale, lower down. Take a few cow and cat breaths. After your next exhale, come back through table. And curl your toes under. Walk your hands in towards your knees. So you come up standing on your knees. With the feet engaged like this, toes curled under. So you're stretching across the arch of your foot. Now this can create a lot of sensation in your feet. You get to decide how much sensation by how low you sit down. So maybe you stay up here. Maybe that's enough stretching for your feet and that's a lot of sensation. If you want, you could sit towards your heels. Now I'm generally gonna sit on my heels because that feels good to me. You don't have to go down this low. You can put a block between your feet so that it's planted on the floor and catching your seat. You could put a block or another prop between your heels and your seat, a folded towel, a bolster, a pillow, a spare yoga mat, even a block between your heels and seat. And you can always change the height to change the sensation. So you take care of your feet, stretch them as much as you want. And we'll stretch the hands here too, like this. Hold your right hand, palm up out in front of you. Take hold of your pinky. We'll do 1 breath per finger. Inhale, gently draw your pinky out. Exhale, gently draw down. So opening the palm and the wrist and stretching the forearm. And over to the next finger. Inhale, exhale. Just as far as it feels beneficial to you. Inhale, exhale, once for each finger. Maybe you really like it that you do it again on your own later. With more than 1 breath per finger. After the thumb, we switch hands. Left palm up, take hold of the pinky with the right hand. Inhale and exhale. If you finish all fingers before I do, come back to table and disengage your feet. Because maybe my breaths are longer than yours. After the second thumb, tip forward onto your hands, uncurl your toes. This is the best part, the counter move, counter pose. Tap your feet on the floor. As hard or soft, as fast or slow as you want. I like to go hard and fast because that feels good in my feet, especially I'm on a rug, so I can really hard to get it feels really invigorating. My hosts aren't home. I'm getting home with this hear everything in this room shake. Step your right foot up between your hands and your left foot forward fold. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart. Taking another sip of water before we play with some balancing. If you like the support of a wall or a steady piece of furniture for balancing, step over by your support. First, tree pose, hands by your heart. Set your eyes on a fixed point at about eye level, something that won't move. And shift your weight from one leg to the other. When you're ready, bring the weight into your left leg without locking that knee. Turn your right toes out to the side so your feet are perpendicular. Then bring your heel in and up to rest on the left ankle so the ball of your foot and toes are on the ground. So we start there with the kickstand foot. If you want to go further, you might bring the sole of your foot to your calf. You can change your mind anytime. You can start over anytime. You might bring the sole of your foot to your inner thigh, just not the side of your knee. Check in with the right knee, make sure it's still tracking out to the side as you bring your foot higher. Because we're aiming to open this, the front of that hip. Your hands can stay here or they can go anywhere at all. Your tree can be whatever shape you want. It can be as mobile as you want or as still as you want. Make sure your tree's getting air, the breath is flowing. Keep that knee out to the side. And it's okay too, especially when you go higher, it's okay to hold onto your foot if that's helpful. And keeping the knee out, you can do that. Keep a hand there on the leg. Bring your hands back to your heart if there's somewhere else. Pivot the right knee forward. Let that right foot down. Shake the left leg. And anything else you want to shake. And if you need a drink, have a drink. Shake your water. When you're ready, hands back at the heart. Shift side to side. Resets the hips, regrounds the feet. When you're ready, drop the weight into your right leg. Turn your left toes out and start to bring your heel in and up. And maybe the placement isn't the same as it was on the other side. Maybe it is. Maybe your arms do the same thing, maybe they don't. If your hands are elsewhere, bring them to your heart. Pivot your knee forward. Let your foot down. Shake things out. And we'll have a seat next. Come on down to the floor. Extend your legs forward and flex your feet back. Inhale, reach your arms up. Exhale, fold down over your legs. And if your knees want to bend, let them bend. As you inhale, think of the crown of your head reaching forward. As you exhale, think of lowering some more. Let the breath do the work. Resist using your arms to yank yourself deeper into the fold. Try to let any more release that comes come from the action of the breath. Inhaling, walk your hands up the front of your legs to sit up. Bring the soles of your feet together with a big space between your pelvis and your heels. If you can, reach under your ankles and walk your hands forward on the mat. If that doesn't work, reach over your ankles, walk your hands forward on the mat. Either's good. As you lower down, let your head come down, let your neck release. Breathe into the back of your body, wherever the sensation is registering. And maybe this fold too deepens with the action of the breath. Inviting it, not forcing it. And slowly start to scoot your hands back. Use your arms to sit yourself up. Keeping your feet together, bring them in as close as you can. Of course, not straining anything. Just see how far you can get your heels in towards your pelvis. Interlace your fingers. Cup your toes between your hands. Wriggle on your seat. Bring the bones in the seat closer to the ground. To tilt your pelvis forward and open the front of your hips some more. Inhale, lengthen up through the crown of your head. Exhale, hinge at those hips, fold forward with a long spine. Take your time. Just see how far the long spine might go. And when it stops, lowering, allow your neck to disengage, your head to droop down. Breathe into your hips. Inhale, slowly sit up. Bring your hands to the outsides of your knees. Let your arms do the work of lifting your knees towards each other. Rest your feet on the floor. Bring your hands behind you. Scoot towards your heels. Come down onto your forearms and down onto your back. And pressing into the soles of your feet. Inhale to lift your hips up for bridge pose. If you want to go further here, you can wiggle your shoulder blades towards each other, clasp your hands under you, and reach your knuckles towards your heels. I'm not doing it today. That doesn't mean you can't. Keep breathing. Keep your head on the floor. Let your neck remain relaxed. If you're clasping your hands, unclasp them. Exhale slowly. Let your hips down. Explore floating up and down a few times at your own pace. Inhaling as you go up and exhaling as you go down. Pause where you like, maybe at the top to make it more challenging, at the bottom to take a rest, as I'm doing. Let the next exhale down be your last one. And cross your left ankle over your right knee. Make a figure 4 shape with your legs. Bring your hands to your right thigh. And if you can, interlace your fingers behind your thigh just above the knee. And it's okay if you can't, your hands might just be on the sides of your thigh. Without lifting your sacrum, head, or shoulder blades off the floor, draw that knee towards you. So you might press into the ball of your foot and lift your heel. You might pick your foot right up off the floor. It doesn't matter how much the knee moves. This is about what happens in your hips when you do this. Place your left hand on the inside of your left knee and nudge your left knee away from you. Continue to draw your right knee towards you with the right arm. Let your arms relax and let the right foot come back down if it's been raised. Cross your legs the other way. Bring your hands to your left thigh. Start to draw the left knee in. Remember, head, shoulder blades, sacrum, stay on the floor. As you draw your knee in, move your right hand to the inside of the right knee. Start to nudge that right knee out. Keep drawing the left knee in. Let your arms relax and let your left foot down. Uncross your legs, plant your right foot. Draw your knees towards your chest. Reach your arms out to the sides. Keeping your shoulders grounded, let your legs fall to the left and turn your head to the right. The closer your knees are to your torso, the deeper the twist feels. So you can decide how much sensation you want there, how deep your twist feels. And let your breath wring you out. Slowly bring your head and your knees up through center and just let the movement continue to carry you into the opposite twist. And gently bring it all back to center. Hug your knees. Rock and roll on your back, massage your back against the floor. Reach your feet towards the ceiling. Reach your hands up to grab your legs or your feet. Play with bending and straightening your limbs. Happy baby pose. If you'd like to invert in some other way, you're welcome to. Another gentle inversion you can do is to come over by a wall, putting a hip against the wall, and then raising the legs and spinning so that your legs rest on the wall. Whenever you feel complete with your inversion, you can make your way to Shavasana. Any resting posture where you can be comfortably still for a few minutes. So it might be this traditional corpse pose with hands at your sides, legs extended and feet splayed open, but it doesn't have to be if this isn't comfortable today. You might bring the soles of your feet together, let your knees splay out. You could have blocks holding your knees. You could plant your feet and let your knees lean towards each other. Whatever comfortable position you like. As you find your comfortable stillness, maybe just focus on your breath. As it slows down and gets deeper, maybe you reflect on the intention you had for this practice. Maybe you just let your mind wander. Start to find some deeper breaths. Invite small movements to your body, whatever movements it wants. Let them gradually lead to bigger and bigger movements. There's no rush. When you're ready for bigger movements, you can gently make your way to sitting up again. And bring your hands up by your heart. Thank you for joining me in practice today. The light within me sees and honors that same light within each of you. Namaste. Have a great day, everyone. See you next time.
Thank you, Leo.
Thank you, Leo.
You're so welcome.